Hey everybody, NWA Prepper here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about today about some of the things that you just can't have enough of. The two items I'm going to talk about today are zip ties, right? I don't know, there they are, and bandages. Lots and lots of both. The reason I think you need more of those two particular items, and why I think it enough to make a video about just it, is pretty simple. When you use a bandage, and I'm going to adjust this again. When you use a bandage, you need more than one. You need several, and when you change a bandage, you need several more to change it, keep things clean. I mean, that's what you're doing with a dressing and a bandage. Not going to talk about the difference between a dressing and a bandage today, but 4x4s, and those are the two things that I showed you are 4x4s, which are just a regular, everyday, buy at the big box store item, or Dollar Tree. I get quite a few at Dollar Tree. You can order them even cheaper if you buy in bulk from a surgical supply place or like Home Health, but you need lots of them. Yes, I love the first aid kits, the box first aid kits, and the little pouch ones, and the trauma kits, and your IFAKs. All those are great. Sorry about the earthquake. All those are great. You need to have them. That's where the basis of your supplies come from. But you also need to have replenishments. You need to have wound management boxes. And that's boxes of bandages, band-aids, 4x4s, Kerlix, Cling, whatever you want to call the stuff. Consumables. Things that you use once and you throw away. There's a lot of things, and if you had to, I guess you could boil a 4x4 down and clean it, but I'm not going to for as long as I can. So you're going to need to have ways to keep changing a bandage as necessary. Sometimes as often as twice a day. And not just necessarily for, Billy Badass wounds of gunshot wounds and machete and hatchet attacks. And blisters require treatment every day. Regular burn from around the campfire requires treatment and management every day. Just regular sores and cuts and bruises, not for bruises, but all those require management every day. And you have to be prepared for that. So you're going to need more 4x4s and more medical tape, though you can use duct tape or any kind of tape. Dollar General has a pretty mean tape out. It's like their version of Gorilla brand tape. Iron Tiger, or I forget what it's called, but good tape, and lots of them. Zip ties. I use zip ties all the time. Today they're really inexpensive. You can get 100 zip ties for a couple of bucks. I think that bag of 100 that I just showed you came from Harbor Freight, and it was on sale for $1.99. I use them all the time. And you use zip ties all the time too, or you tape things together, or you wire them together. Well, zip ties are just a quick and easy way to do that. And those items are all inexpensive today. So just when you see an extra package, when you see something and you've got a couple bucks, go ahead and toss an extra package of zip ties in your bag or in your basket at the store, or for sure get an extra box of 4x4s or 2x2s or some kind of bandaging and dressing, because you just can't have enough. I'm treating someone with a wound right now that's taking 2 conforming bandages or 2 gauze wraps every day, and it's not a messy wound. And then we're wrapping it with a compression bandage on the outside of that. You just can't have enough of that stuff when you're using it. And those are, I'm using, and then they're gone. Using them and they're thrown away. Keep your eyes open for sales. Look for bargains. You can find it. If I can do it, you can do it. Remember, you got to remember, there's a lot of ways to do things. And there may be, well, in an emergency, in a disaster, I'm going to cut up old bed sheets for bandages, and I'm going to do this and that. Well, some of that stuff that we could use, we could make into bandaging materials, or a big roll of baling twine, or like hardwire. Some of that stuff is more valuable in the shape that it's in now than it would be if we cut it up for bandages or lesser materials. Thanks for watching. Remember, let's get ready.